Welcome back to my chess course, y'all. How to play chess. We're gonna talk about the knights. I got them placed right where they go in their order, of placement. They go right next to the rooks. Rooks go in the corners, as you know. Knights go right next to them. Now, knights is spelled K-N-I-G-H-T-S, not N-I-G-H-T-S, in case you don't know. These little guys are 3 points. They're pretty tricky. They're the trickiest ones to learn. But once you grasp the idea of how they move, you'll love them because they can slide in and out of some pretty scary situations, and the other pieces can't do nothing about it. These are the only pieces that can hop over. Other pieces get blocked by each other. So if I have a pawn right here, I can actually hop over him and move to the left or right. He kind of moves like a pawn moves when a pawn moves once and then attacks once. So you know you got this pawn right here. So you know if he moved up once, he'd control these two squares. He can attack those two squares. So a knight moves like that. He moves up once and over like that. So how does that look when a knight's moving? Don't want to be misleading y'all, making you think a pawn moves like that. So the knight moves up 1, 2, and over left or right for one square, to one square. So it's up 1, up twice, over 1, or up once, over twice, 1, 2. You can't move here because you'd be off the board, obviously. So once, twice, and over 1. Boom. So it's like boom, boom, boom. Or boom, boom, boom. There are 3 points each, so together they make up 6 points. Notice when he's on this dark square, he'll be moving to a light square. So now he sits on a light square, and he controls the dark squares all around him. So from the starting point, he controls these squares. He attacks and controls. Same thing. He controls these 3 squares. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, since he moved there on his first move, let's say black makes move. Now notice the same way they move is the same way they attack. The pawns are the only ones that attack differently from the way they move. So since he's on a light square, on this square, he's going to control this square because he could go up 2 over 1. He controls this square, up 1, up 2 over 1, or up 1 over 2. And of all the pieces on the board, the pawns are the only ones that can't move back. I forgot to mention that in that one video, but if you're going through this course, you'll probably understand now that the knights, bishops, rooks, queen, and king are the only ones that can move back. Then the pawns are the only ones that can't. So let's say white made a move, black made a move, white wants to move back. Then he just goes up, over 1, down 2. Let's say you want to try something else. Down 2, over 1. See, he could get to the square 2 ways. This way, or this way. It's always an L shape. Let me make that a little bit more easy to understand it in case it's not. If you don't get it, it's fine. Just keep watching it. Pay attention to the way I move. You'll see it. These pawns sit on the squares of the movement shape of the knight. If you look at the knight, you'll notice, turn him upside down, he's like in an L shape. Boom, boom. So that's how you know how he moves. Look at this L. Boom, it contains 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would be like the starting point. This would be the ending point. So the edges of where they can move to is where these two pawns are. Let's say they're right here. Then the end of the L, these two, not these two, the ones on the edges. Boom, boom. That's how they move in an L shape. So if he was sitting here, he'd be able to move to this square. Now, here's another idea. I'll use the black pawns instead. We'll just set black's knight back there. I'm going to place these pawns on the squares where the knight can take them or move to if the pawns weren't there. Boom, boom. Okay. Oh god, that's wrong. Okay, here we go. You look at all these pawns. They're all sitting on squares, and it just to be non-confusing, you can't really set your own pawns. Like white can't set his pawns on the first rank. I'm just setting them here for an example. But the knight can move to this square, or that square, or that square. Notice the L shape. Any direction. He moves in an L. So let's try to make this a little bit more realistic. Not that it ain't, just I don't want people thinking you can set pawns here. Say he can come back and take. He could take this pawn. If this pawn was sitting here, he could take him. Now if it's his own pawn, if it's a knight, you can't move there because the knight occupies it. Any of your own pieces move there, you can't really occupy it. So he's got the options of taking either, well, except for that one. Either this pawn, that one, any of those. But you cannot move back to where this knight is. So let's say on his first move, he moves there. And then his second move, he moves. Actually, hold on. His first move, he moves here. But then he wants to move this knight over here. This guy can't go there because he's occupying it, and he can't go there. So it's an L shape, and they capture in the same way they move. Now, say you got a wall of pawns right there, or let's not do it like that. Either one of these knights can take this pawn, or they can move somewhere else. They can hop over this pawn and move over. Get these guys out of the way so it's not distracting or confusing. So remember, the knights are the only ones that can hop over. He can either go this way to this square. No, excuse me. Or he can hop over and land on that square. Up 2, 1, 2, over 1, or over 1, up 2, over 1, down 2, over 1, down 2. Now he can also take that pawn, so he can hop over or go this way and just take it off. So if you got any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. Do a little overview right quick. The knights go next to where the rooks are. G1, B1 for white, B8 and G8 for black. Share this with your friends if they want to learn. I love teaching people things, and this has been the most popular game in the world out there. So like, comment, subscribe, and any questions you have, let me know. Love y'all. Bye.